Peace, English Grammar Esoteric. I'm back to elaborate on the download from yesterday. Know the code to break the curse. In order to know the code, you got to really reflect and dissect on certain information. So we are back. If you haven't watched the last video about our Moses download, like I said, the title is called Know the Code to Break the Curses. Suggest going there, then bringing it back over here. However, make sure you do it. We're about to get into it. So, as I stated in the video, a locust was outside of my house. Uh-oh. The baby's up. Hold on. Second line, make your booty shine. She was just coughing. However, so yeah, the locust was outside. All right. And I took it as a sign, of course. When you see certain animals and things, you got to be able to, it's not all the time, but when spirit says it's a sign, especially when it aligns with the signs that you've been receiving and the information and things that you've been talking about. Come on now. Seeing a locust when you had, in the afternoon after you spoke to your son about Moses in the morning. I mean, come on. Divine alignment. So, we are going to talk about the spiritual. Okay, let's actually just talk about what a locust is and looks like. So I printed it out. Boom. Okay, so overview of a locust, and it's spelled with a T at the end, because we're gonna get into other vocabulary. Okay, that sounds the same, has different meanings and things or whatever. So, but the locust with the T are a group of short-horned grasshoppers that can migrate long distance in destructive swarms. They are usually solitary, okay, solo dolo, but under certain circumstances, they become more abundant and can change their behavior and habits, becoming gregarious, okay. Sorry, I'm receiving thoughts. Download. Locust swarms can devastate crops and cause major agricultural damage, which can lead to famine, okay, and starvation. The desert locust is the most destructive migratory pest in the world. Okay, so these things, when they are, in abundance, can cause famine, all right? They can cause starvation because they can destroy the crops, being how they move and things like that. And I'm going to be very transparent. I have been hoarding my gifts and keeping it hoarding it all within me for many reasons, and not standing up and walking in my power and my purpose. Not that I don't know who and what I am, not that I don't know my gifts, not that I don't know my callings, not that I don't have these, I don't have access to hearing God clearly, right? So in that moment of seeing that locust, I said, I am not going to not upload this download today. I'm going to be obedient. So much I rushed to upload it without even editing and forgot a clip. So I had to delete it and then re-upload later. All while doing 3,000 things, okay? But I said, I'm not going to not be obedient anymore and ruin my crops. Okay? That was that. That's what I received in that moment. Okay, so outside of that, The spiritual totem and meaning of a lotus, not a lotus, a locust, is interpreted as a symbol of transformation, regeneration, and spiritual growth. That is what type of time we are on. We as in me and God together, collectively. Now, another term, okay, is the locust as a metaphor is for plagues on people's lives caused by bewilderment and despair. Off tops, and I don't have another phone. I don't have my MacBook on me, but bewilderment. One second, we're gonna have to see what bewilderment actually means. But hold on, Zaire, come here. Come here. Bring your phone. Look up bewilderment.
What?
Look up bewilderment.
Bewilder?
Bewilderment. Mm-hmm. Ask Siri real quick if you want. Or you can type it down. Go ahead.
There was a feeling of being perplexed and confused.
Perplexed and confused. Okay? Thank you, son. So, a metaphor for the plagues on people's lives caused by being perplexed and confused and in despair. That's what the locust, okay, can mean. All right? It can mean many things. I'm going to give you the different meanings. Transformation, regeneration, and spiritual growth, or plagues on people's lives caused by confusion, despair, okay, and these type of energies. What else does the locust symbolize? Okay, destruction and famine. All right, so these are the three different things. These can be the different things that can be received depending on what frequency or which fork in the road you choose, which path you choose, which vibration you're on, which choice you make. It's up to us. It's up to us. Now, collectively, what do we see? We see a rise in certain energies and people being lost and confused. And we have to do our due diligence as for the people who have been called in a different vibration of transformation, regeneration, and spiritual growth to pass and to help them with the good news. With this information, with this foresight, so that they can come up out of that vibration, so they won't foresee famine, so that they won't foresee destruction, so that they won't foresee plagues. Okay? The plagues have already been placed on the people because confusion is already a plague. Bewilderment and despair. Excuse me, Lord. My nephew's cooking for me, so we're about to get some chili. However, so chill, stomach, chill. We real over here. I don't think I'm gonna edit that. Anyway, so these are the different meanings, right, of the locust. Now, where's my other paper? Oh, here, it's on the other side. Now, let's get into the definition of locus. Locus. It's not with the T. It deals with the technical mathematics. Okay, they use this term for technical things in mathematics. Let's get into it. A particular position, point, or place. Example, quote, it is impossible to specify the exact locus in the brain of the neural events. Okay, people use locus to point out a position or place of something. Also, for an example, it tells us where on a chromosome a specific gene is. So they use that term to find a specific point within the anatomy of a person's body, right? Specifically on the chromosome and in the brain. Okay, now also a way of defining a gene's neighborhood. a way of defining a gene's neighborhood. Now, the fact that the locust was at my door in my neighborhood tells me, okay, that I am in alignment on my assignment of spiritual transformation, regeneration, and spiritual growth. And the fact that I have been talking, and I was talking about Moses, right? My mother be calling me Moses. She be calling me Moses and aligning me with Moses. You need to chill, okay? Because you hear me saying, getting real on here and ready to heal, and you want to try to ruin my shine, growling and stuff. Okay, the flesh can wait. Okay, little buddy, calm down. I rebuke you. Don't talk back. Don't talk back again. Now, mathematics, okay? A curve or other figure formed by all the points satisfying a particular equation of the relation between coordinates or by a point, line, or surface, moving according to mathematically defined conditions. Okay? A curve or other figure formed by all the points satisfying a particular equation of relation between coordinates or by a point, line, or surface, moving according to mathematically defined conditions. All right, and then they have an example is a parabola is the locus of a point that moves so as to be, what does it say? Equidistant, from a fixed point and a straight line. Okay, I can see it because it's probably like in alignment with the chromosome, as the chromosome is kind of like an X or swirl or whatever. And they have the point where the locus is. It's not always at the point of where it crosses, the chromosome crosses. It's just the point where the gene is. However, this is where we are at a turning point, right? So we have to be mindful of what, like, you know what I'm saying? The signs in the code can mean many things. It can be many layers. It could be the actual bug, like a locust, or a locust at the point, right? As far as where we are. So when we think about it in all the different layers and dimensions, we have to be reflective on this, on the times that we are on. Do we want to bring forth famine? Do we want to bring forth despair and dis-ease? Do we want to bring forth the plagues that come with being disobedient? Or do we want to take this shift and be a gift to the shift and utilize our knowledge and surrender to spirit and to the Most High to foresee transformation, regeneration, and spiritual growth collectively across this place? The choice is yours. Okay, because listen, God is in the neighborhood. God is in the neighborhood. I just want to say this. Look. Coming out of my mouth, I don't want to. I hope that everyone who is watching this video gives their life to God this year. Don't even if it's tonight, don't let this year go by without giving your life to Christ, giving your life to God. Okay? Because coming from Mama Mala Esoteric right now, okay, I'm seeing the signs. So I'm telling you the times, and I'm telling you to surrender. I'm telling you to step into the transformation. I'm telling you which fork in the road to choose. I'm telling you which path to choose at this fork in the road. If you don't know where to go, I'm giving you the code right now. I'm telling you what to do. So this is if you're here, this is not by mistake. Because this right here, this time, this point, this locus that we're on, that we're in, is vital to your survival. Is vital to your survival. Is vital to your survival. Now, if you want to do what you need to do to survive and live at ease, abundantly, okay? Transformation, regeneration, and spiritual growth only manifest in abundance in the physical, as in heaven, so here on earth. Okay? If you want to foresee it in this physical realm, you have to do what you need to do in the spiritual realm. I was talking to my nephew and I said, a lot of the wars that were waged on earth they had to happen so people could surrender to the spirit. Certain things God allowed to happen here on earth, and unfortunately, fear brings people closer to faith. That's why people be like, oh, they're trying to fear factor us into try to put us into fear into order to follow instructions. Well, what does a child need to do to be obedient? Sometimes I have 4. I'm telling you, several times my children will touch something until they get hurt, and they feel that what it means to be scared and in pain, and that until they feel that, they don't listen. And we are children of God, and we forget that we are that. We forget that we embody the very gifts, that we are in alignment with the Most High. We are extensions of God. So we forget that. But being that we are children of God in the physical realm, we naturally just think we know everything. We think we know better. We think we can do better. We think we know it all. We think we got it all together. And we are very disobedient. It's just a child. I see so much that my children do that I see. And when I'm telling them about themselves, I start telling myself about myself. When I'm telling them off, I start seeing the alignment between me and God and how I've been disobedient to God. As I'm thinking I'm rebuking them, I'm rebuking myself. So I just want to say, I know many think that they got it all figured out. I know that many people think that they know best. And if so, then how come you're not doing your best? How come you're not receiving your best? How come it's not working out for you? God sometimes will take you out the game and take you off the game, like I told my son. I don't know if I uploaded it on here yet. Oh, it's on the Ritual podcast. Okay? Sometimes God will take you out the game. Okay? Because you haven't been doing your chores. You haven't been doing what you're supposed to do. You haven't been obedient. So he's pull you out the game. He put you on pause. You can't play the video game because you haven't been doing what you're supposed to do in the house. So this is a call to action. Okay? It's a simple transaction. Just like the terms and conditions on your phone. It's as simple as accepting. Peace and love. I gotta go go upstairs and breastfeed and check on my baby. I love y'all. Have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Peace.